What if I told you that all your efforts to get a good night's sleep, the chamomile tea, the dark room, the attempt to not think about anything, are precisely what's sabotaging your ability to truly rest? It sounds crazy, but the truth is you've been taught to relax the wrong way, and that's why you spend your nights in a silent battle against your own brain. You know this feeling all too well. Your body is exhausted, begging for rest, but your mind is on high alert, as if it's expecting bad news at any moment. You toss and turn, stare at the ceiling, and the despair only grows as you think about the next day. This isn't just insomnia, it's a short circuit in your operating system. The truth nobody tells you is that deep sleep isn't something that just happens to you. It's not a state of passive relaxation. Deep sleep is an active shutdown protocol, a sequence of commands that must be given to your body in the right order, as if you were shutting down a nuclear power plant for maintenance. In this video, I'm going to hand you the keys to the control room. I will reveal the 4 biological switches that, when flipped in the correct sequence, make deep sleep not a matter of luck, but a practical certainty. Get ready, because what you're about to learn here could give you the best night of your life, as soon as tonight. He sees so many people wasting their breath on the blue light filter, thinking it's the silver bullet for insomnia. That's a trap. The issue was never about the color, it's about the signal. To the oldest part of your brain, the message is binary. Light means danger, stay awake, it's daytime. That screen glowing in your face, regardless of the filter, is a deafening fire alarm screaming that the forest is on fire and sleep is the last thing you should be doing. Imagine your brain is a power plant's control room. With that red alarm flashing relentlessly, the chief operator, your consciousness, would never initiate the nightly shutdown protocol. On the contrary, it goes into emergency mode, pumping cortisol, the stay alert hormone, to every cell in your body. You lie in bed trying to relax, but internally your system is preparing for a war that never comes. It's internal sabotage. He admits he himself was a prisoner of the infinite scroll, sinking into his couch until his eyes burned. The game changer was almost offensively simple, swapping his phone for a physical paper book 90 minutes before turning out the lights. The first few days he describes as brutal. His brain, addicted to cheap dopamine, was screaming for one more video, one more like. It was a real battle just to sit and read still words on a page. But then, after a week of this new discipline, peace started to win. His brain finally learned the new command. The book became the actual switch, the gesture that told the control room, the alarm is false, you can turn it off. This simple act was the first domino to fall, proving that control was possible. However, it's no use silencing the alarm if the engine room's temperature prevents the crew from resting. The light alarm is off, great. But the control room is still an oven, and this is a mistake he sees almost everyone make. People seek that super cozy room, wrapping themselves in 1,000 blankets, creating a veritable greenhouse. The logic seems to be, the warmer, the better. But our body, which still uses a Stone Age operating system, interprets heat in only one way: activity. To your body, heat means the sun is high in the sky and the workday is far from over. The analogy he uses is brilliant. Deep sleep is your body's nightly maintenance crew. This crew is only allowed to enter and make essential repairs when the control room's temperature drops. It's an unbreakable safety protocol. A warm body is a body in operational mode, consuming resources. The brain understands this signal and simply blocks the maintenance crew at the door, keeping the plant on alert. He confesses that for years he believed in the myth of the warm room, which only earned him choppy, sweaty nights. The solution he discovered, which changed the game for him, sounds completely counterintuitive. A warm bath, about 90 minutes before bed. The key isn't to boil yourself in hot water, quite the opposite. The warm bath artificially raises your body temperature for a short period. As you step out of the shower, your body kicks into action to compensate, cooling down much faster and more efficiently than it would normally. It's this drop in temperature that acts as the second major switch of the night. It's your body saying, okay, the sun has truly set, the temperature is falling, you can release the maintenance crew. With the first two switches off, the plant is almost ready for rest. The problem is the loading dock is still in full operation. Exactly, the loading dock. You've done everything right. Turned off the light alarm, adjusted the body's central thermostat, but outside, the noise of trucks unloading raw materials is still going at full steam. This is the perfect metaphor for what that late-night pizza or even an innocent snack does. Digestion is one of the most energy-intensive processes in the body, a veritable construction site that demands the crew's full attention. It's a matter of pure and simple resource logistics. The body absolutely cannot perform two large-scale operations at the same time with maximum efficiency. It can't send the maintenance crew for deep repairs in the brain and muscles if it needs to keep the loading dock crew working. Overtime. Energy and blood flow are diverted to your stomach, and the sleep you're left with is that shallow, fragmented kind that leaves no one rested. He even says he was the king of the late-night snack for a long time. He genuinely thought that going to bed on an empty stomach was worse. Little did he know that every sandwich or bowl of cereal before bed was a VIP ticket to a terrible night. He wasn't lining his stomach. He was signing a work contract for his digestive system at the exact moment his body needed a break the most. He would wake up more tired than when he went to sleep. The golden rule he implemented was drastic but transformative. The kitchen closes, no exceptions, at least 3 hours before he even thinks about going to the bedroom. This is the time needed for the loading dock to wrap up its activities, dispatch the last truck, and send the workers home. This is the third switch. With it turned off, the plant is finally silent. But one challenge remains: the chief operator who, even in the silence, can't turn off his own mind. This is the final switch, and perhaps the most powerful of all. The plant is finally silent. The light alarm is off, the room temperature is ideal, and the loading dock is completely empty. But the chief operator, the master of your mind, is still standing there, unable to go home. His mind won't stop, replaying tomorrow's to-do list, worries, and the day's small frustrations. This is the portrait of your nightly anxiety. No competent operator leaves his post without first filling out the logbook. It's the final protocol, where he notes what went wrong, what worked, and most importantly, the action plan for the next day. If he doesn't write it down, his brain forces him to remember everything, afraid that something important might be forgotten. This is why your mind repeats thoughts on a loop. It's terrified of letting go of information it deems vital. The solution he found for this mental short circuit is almost therapeutic. He keeps a worry journal next to his bed. About 15 minutes before lying down, he performs a ritual he calls a brain dump. Without filter or judgment, he writes down everything that's weighing on him. To-do lists, irrational fears, brilliant ideas, imaginary dialogues, resentments. It's an act of transferring the chaos from the head to the tranquility of the paper. The physical act of writing works like magic for the brain. It understands that the responsibility for that information has been transferred to a safe, external location. It no longer needs to stand guard. It's the final command from the chief operator before he leaves. Logbook, it's your problem now. I'm officially off the clock. It's the definitive save and close for your mind, the final decisive click that allows peace and deep sleep to, at last, reign. Now you have the operations manual. You no longer need to be a victim of your sleepless nights. Light, temperature, digestion, and the mind. You know the 4 switches. The information is here, but the real power is in your hands, in your decision to apply this knowledge tonight. The question that remains is, how long will you continue to accept waking up tired as if it were normal? Will you continue to be the operator who leaves the plant on constant alert, living on caffeine and dragging yourself through the day? Or will you, starting today, take over the control room, become the master of your own biology, and reclaim the energy, focus, and good mood that deep sleep has stolen from you for so long? The choice to flip this switch is yours alone. To start this change together, I want you to answer one thing for me down in the comments. Which of these 4 switches did you just realize is stuck in the on position in your life? Is it the phone screen, the hot bath, the late night snack, or the mind that won't stop? Sharing is the first step to changing. And finally, if this video gave you a clear plan and opened your eyes to a new reality, do yourself and your future a favor. Subscribe to the channel now, and more importantly, hit that notification bell. Sleep is just the beginning. In the next videos, we'll explore the switches for other areas of your life. You won't want to miss out.